Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about how to be a good game developer in 2021, or in simple language, how to develop a game, how to make a game in 2020. So the first thing is developing a game in 2021 is much more easier than what it was 2-3 years back or 5-6 years back. Like there were no game engines 5-6 years ago. But with the coming of game engines, it has become really very easy comparatively to build a game. And those who don't know what game engines is, this is like an IDE for the game developers, where some libraries or extensions or designs are already present. So with the coming of game engines, it has become really very easy to build a game comparatively. So to be a good game developer, the first thing you need to know is the basics of coding. So programming is necessary to be a developer. Basics of coding in sense like you need to know about the if-else statement, loop, for loop, while loop, how to use, where to use, you must have to know that. So in case of language, you must start with C# or C++. Like there are different types of game engines like Unity, Godot, Unreal Engine, etc. So the Unity game engine uses C#, while Unreal Engine uses C++. So in that case, you need to learn C#, C++, and all. Learning other language after learning C#, C++ will be comparatively really very easy. So the first thing I have said you is to learn the basics of programming. So the next thing that you need to learn to be a game developer is about mathematics. You must have a good grasp in math. So these are the things you need to learn for game programming, like the algebra, linear algebra, trigonometry, calculus, and all. You have to know what if a ball collides with a wall or something like that. So the first thing is learning about the basics of programming, second thing is learning about mathematics, and the third thing is picking up a good game engine. So in case of good game engine, I will suggest you to pick Unity or Unreal engines. These are some good game engines to do your work or do your development in the first phase of being a game developer. So you can pick up the Unity or Unreal engine which uses C#, C++ respectively. So you can go and do that to develop yourself as a good game developer. So the next thing is you must have a good grasp in design and arts. You must know about the building blocks of game development. So designing and art is really very necessary for a good game developer. And the next thing is start developing 2D games. After learning all this, like the basics of programming, learning about mathematics or learning about the arts and design, you can develop your 2D games. Two-dimensional games like using if-else statement or loops for loops, like if the user is here, what if he needs to go to the left side, so he needs to click a particular key which will lead him to go to the left side, or if he clicks a particular key that will lead him to the right side. So you can build such game in the first phase of your developing career. So then after developing 2D games, you can go to 3D games and other things. So that's all I'll be summing up right now. The first thing you need to learn is coding, basics of coding, starting with C# and C++. The second thing is learning about mathematics, like the linear algebra or the algebra, calculus, trigonometry, and all. And the next thing is about the art, design, building blocks, how to design the background of a game. So third thing will be about designing, and the next thing is about picking up a good game engine so that it can help you in building up your game. And the next thing or the last thing is developing the game. Like 2D game, you can start with a 2D game, then you can go to 3D games, and you can increase your productivity just like that. So before being a good game developer, you must have to learn programming. So I will suggest you all to learn about C, C++, and C# languages at first. So that will be really very helpful in your gaming development career. So learn about C, C++, C# first, then it will be you will be one step ahead of being a good game developer.